Hey, Shalom, welcome to Makapash from James London, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem Chachwadash. Want to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and Shalom out there to the hopeful products, pushing this truth and all sincerity. Back again with another video, little bit just a quick one, and this is gonna be on the topic of having a woman in this truth, not to get caught up or been out of shape by a man. You got a job to focus on, right? We're not meant to pour our whole energy into that woman and taking care of that woman and all that kind of stuff, right? Okay, our first priority is to serve the Lord, right? And a woman's gonna do what a woman's gonna do, man. They're fickle creatures. They're gonna cause you aggro and hassle, man. And you know these things is what comes with having a woman, man. In this truth, man. You can't expect everything to be going right with them, right? Just know they're going to become issues in the flesh, okay, which like the scriptures say, all right? But, you know, don't pour all your energy in, into her because she's going to, put you out of shape, man. She's going to mess up your psyche. Like I said, you got, things to be doing, okay, things to be focusing on, attending to the Lord and doing this work. We have to put that first, man, regardless of the status of our relationships with our women, whether they like you, whether they don't like you, or whatever, man. Okay, that's irrelevant. Okay, ultimately at the end of the day, yeah, you might have a family even as well, children or whatever, right? But our main priority is to serve the Lord, man. Because it's the Lord that is even have us, gives us these things in the first place, man. So we got to do right by the Lord first, and and that in turn also takes care of our families, But the woman can act up from time to time as they do, right? And we just need to, uh, be aware of that, man. And brothers in the street have been in there long enough now already. You know, it's probably more so for younger brothers freshly in this truth or coming in, worrying about their woman, how they're gonna be, towards them and all that kind of business, man. Older brothers have gone through this already, so you already kind of know. But you young brothers coming in this, or thinking of coming in, yeah, you're gonna have problems, man. No doubt you're gonna have problems with your woman, man. But that can't deter you from getting into this truth and doing what's right, okay, which is serving the Lord, right? Don't worry about your woman, man. Okay, how she gonna react and all this type of stuff if she finds out or whatever. You know, the Lord gonna recompense you, or compensate you. That's what I was really trying to say. Uh, for any losses that he may incur on this side, man, which is gonna be a lot. If you come in the shoe, it's gonna be a lot. You're gonna lose a lot, right? And we have to be prepared to sacrifice all in order to serve the Lord, man. All right. So let's just get into it. I'm just gonna start here in Proverbs chapter 31 verse 5. It says, "Give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings." Right. So like I said, don't pour all your energy into your woman, man. Yeah, you might love your woman and whatever, but you know you gotta love the Lord more, right? Um, let's see. Right, Matthew 10, verse. Let me get. I'll start from verse 36 here, right? So the man's foes, his enemies, right, his adversaries, shall be they of his own household, right? So you got a woman, guess what? She gonna be your main adversary, man, no doubt. You got family members, yeah, they're gonna be your biggest enemy, man. You got a whole bunch of scoffers out here, that are trying to get under our skin or whatever, you know. But they ain't even these are nobodies, man. These scoffers on the comment boards and whatever that's out here in the world that you come in contact with at camp or whatever. These people are nobodies, man. They're not even the hardest adversary you're gonna come across, right? It's those close to you, man, that are gonna be the hardest adversaries, your biggest enemies, right? Because they're frequent vessels that Satan likes to jump on, man, to fuck with you, right? Your woman especially, right? They're vessels that Satan can jump on quite easy, man, because you're around them a lot, man, just to be fucking with you, man, to make your life hell. You know what I'm saying? Right? So they're the ones that are gonna be your greatest foes in this truth, man. You know, and on top of that, yourself. You know, we're also our biggest enemy. You know, so the man, where was I? Yeah. So a man's foe shall be they of his own household. He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me, and he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me, and he that taketh not his cross and follow after me is not worthy of me. Right. So we have to put the Lord first. You have to love the Most High and Yahweh Shai more, okay, than your family and your wife and your children, right? Because if you didn't, if you didn't, right, you ain't gonna put you're not gonna put as much work in as you should do, man. Okay, you're gonna care about more, providing for your family and being cool with your family than you are being cool with the Lord, man. And all this time, you're neglecting the Lord. Okay, you're not doing the work like you should do, right? And where's that gonna end? Ultimately end you up, man. Okay, destruction, you and your family, man. So you don't pay to be putting all this time and energy into all of that. I'm not saying don't take care of your family. Brothers that got families know, right? You're supposed to take care of your family, man. Okay, but you must attend to the Lord first. Okay, Most High, Yahweh Shai is the priority, right? If your woman starts giving you ultimatums, she can get to stepping, man. It is what it is. She's gonna take the kids. Go ahead, go do all that, innit? I'm here to serve the Lord first. And that's just where it's got to be, man. Because I said they can't be protected if the Lord ain't protecting you, right? And the protection don't come free. You got to put the work in, right? You got to do that which is pleasing to the Lord, man. You got to do what is commanded of us, man. So it all works in its order. All right. um so I want on that, right? So let's go back. Proverbs 31 verse 3 here, right? So, and you read up from the top, right? This is a woman that's, this is the words of King Lemuel, as it says here, right? The prophecy that his mother taught him. His mother told him this, and this is what he's repeating, right? A woman said this. No, not to give thy strength unto women, man, because women, like I said, they're fickle creatures, man. So they're vessels that Satan likes to jump on, man, right? To give you hell, you know? So like I said, don't be surprised, if they start acting up, because that's just what they're gonna do, right? Try not to sweat it too much, man. Obviously, they're gonna piss you off. Obviously, don't let them get it bent get you bent out of shape, man. And you ain't, you feeling under pressure to please her, to do what she want you to do. Okay, don't buckle under that pressure, man, because that's what Satan wants. That's what Satan wants, man. You know. Yeah, so his mother's told him this, right? It says, "What my son, and what the son of my womb, and what the son of my vows, give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways that destroy kings." Like, 'cause women, women destroy men. You know, all we gotta do is look back into the garden, Adam and Eve, man. Eve fucked everything up, man. Adam, he was being simple at the time, and just, thought it was cool, innit? But Eve messing with the serpent, it messed everything up. That easy life that we were gonna have, she messed it up, made life hard, and that's what women do, make your life hard. A woman's meant to, a good woman's meant to make your life easier and better. She's meant to be a helpmeet, right? That's what Eve was given unto Adam for. But she ended up making his life hard, man, and that's what these women do out here, just make your life harder than it needs to be, because they're emotional and it just make things more complicated than it needs to be, man. All right, and you got to deal with that if you've got a woman. But we have to be aware, you have to be aware of those things. Ain't gonna be no walk in the park just because you got yourself a woman. You think everything's gonna be, great. No. It ain't gonna turn out like that. All right. It's 1 Corinthians chapter 7. I'll get from verse 27 here. It says, art thou bound unto a wife, right? Seek not to be loosed, right? So, brothers in this truth, man. Some of us had women since, before the truth, and they're still around, you know. Um, for some reason. Yeah, you ain't killed her. She ain't trying to murder you in your sleep and that shit. But they're still around, and if it, that's what you say, if it pleased them to be to dwell with you, man, then let it be, kind of thing. So it says, seek not to be loosed. All right, so art thou loose from a wife, seek not a wife. Right? So if you ain't got a wife, you ain't got a woman, don't be, ideally, you don't want to be seeking one out, right? Because you're kind of in a good position where you can attend to Lord the most, but you get a woman, obviously, divide that time up a bit, so, you're in a kind of better position to serve the Lord, man. So, it's probably better that you do that, because the woman's going to bring complications, man, no doubt. All right. Art thou loose from a wife, seek not a wife. But and if thou marry, thou is not sin, right? So if you get yourself a woman, it's all good. It's all right, because every man, he's got his lust in the flesh, There ain't nothing wrong with taking yourself a woman, but it's just like you said, be aware, right? So, but if thou marry, thou hast not sinned, and if a virgin marry, she hath not sinned. Nevertheless, right, shall such as those people that do that, right, shall have trouble in the flesh, but I spare you, right? So you're gonna have trouble in the flesh. You're gonna have problems. You're gonna have issues with this woman. As down as she might seem, right? You're gonna have problems with her. It doesn't matter who it is. Even if you got yourself a sister, even those that follow Great Millstone and that, you're gonna have problems down the line, man. You just will, man. Like I said, Satan, he likes to jump on the women, man. That's causing situations to arise, and you have issues, man. Now she might be able to humble herself down at some point, but you're gonna run into things, man. It's just the nature of things, man. You're gonna run into problems. All right. So yeah, it says, nevertheless such shall have trouble in the flesh. It says, but this I say, brethren, verse 29, the time is short, it remaineth, that both they that have wives be as though they had none. Right? So like I said, our first priority is to attend to the Lord and do his work. All right. And the family comes in after that, man. But even by serving the Lord, you're attending, you're protecting your family, you're attending to your family, man, because the Lord is taking care of you and your family. You ain't the ultimate. Okay, when shit hits the fan, man, you ain't gonna be able to protect your family as a man. You're gonna require the Lord. You're gonna depend on the Lord to protect you and your family, right? So serving the Lord just makes the most sense anyway. It just makes the most sense, right? And yeah, that might kind of make your relationship with your woman and your children or whatever, not as you would like it. Um, but it is what's best at the end of the day. Whether they understand that or not. I remember Elder Apostle Rakal, he said, well, at least once he at least once said it. We ain't gonna be winning no Father of the Year awards and stuff like that. We ain't gonna be looked at like, oh, the best husband in the world, and they ain't gonna look at us like that, because we're not giving them the time that they want, because they always want time. Children always want time, and women always want time, and for you to do things for them and whatever. But it's not always the case. You're not always gonna be there at certain events and things like that. If any events, even sometimes, what I mean. I know for a fact that I've missed plenty, because they always want to do things on a Saturday or whatever. But I ain't never there. She always by herself, with the rest of the family. I ain't never there, and that creates some kind of feelings, resentment or whatever, and it becomes a bit of an issue, but that's just the way things have to be, innit? We're not here to be simps. Okay, we're not here to be simple and just cater to everything the woman requires and needs of us, man. That's not what we're here for. Okay, we're men of different caliber. We have purpose, different purpose. right? And that purpose has to come first. And like I said, it might be that the relationship falls, it fails. Okay, you separate. Okay, so be it, man. It is what it is at the end of the day, because we're here to serve the Lord. You know. Anyways, but this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none, and they that weep as though they wept not, and they that rejoice as though they rejoiced not, and they that buy as though they possessed not, and they that use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away. All right. So, like I said, we got to take care of business first, right? And we got to be free to be able to do that. You can't be restricted by, you know, your woman's requirements and all this kind of stuff, family requirements and whatever. We're not here to run around after them, you know. We're here to run around after the Lord. And when we've got the time, to handle things, with your woman or at home or whatever, then we do so. You know? This is Sirach chapter 25, verse 13. And like I said, women can be, those vessels that the Satan likes to jump on, man. That can give you the most amount of hell that, you experience out of any person that you meet in life. You know what I'm saying? Your boss, anybody, right? Your boss is going to give you, a certain type of hell. But your woman's going to give you, like, the maddest amount of hell, man. Because you're emotionally attached to her, or connected to her. So it hurts the most, right? It pisses you off the most. She knows how to push your buttons. She can get right under your skin, man. We need to try and keep composure in those moments in time, man. And just do what is necessary and do what is required of us, man. And don't let her fuck you up in the mind and have you, worried about this and that, or she gonna leave me, so what? You better be worried about the Lord leaving you, right? That's that's what we should be concerned about, you know. That's why we need to be doing what we're supposed to be doing, man. So that the Lord don't leave us, man. Right? Because you don't want to be left. You don't want the Lord to leave you, man, in these last days, man. And we're so close now. You don't want the Lord to leave, man. Yeah, and find out you ain't that. You don't want to be in that situation, right? So you better just work hard at it, and try and keep that, right? Anyway, but like I said, these women can be, downright wicked and evil towards you, man, and give you the most amount of hell. All right, and Ecclesiastes 25 and 13 says this: says, "Give me any plague, but the plague of the heart, okay, which is the mind. Your mind get all messed up, right? And any wickedness, but the wickedness of a woman, right? The wickedness of a woman is high level, man. Because she can be very cruel. All right. So, and any affliction, but the affliction of them that hate me, and any revenge, but the revenge of enemies. There is no head above the head of a serpent, and there is no wrath above the wrath of an enemy." Right? And your woman becomes an enemy now, boy, you got problems, man. You better just disassociate yourself with that person, whether that be your woman or anybody. If she become an enemy to you, man, you just know she just on crud trying to fuck your life up and shit. Yeah, you just need to get away. Don't be, yeah, just need to get away. We try to work things out. No, just get away, man. She on a mission to fuck you and your life up, man. Yeah, you just need to get away. Because surely she will. She will. She will see it through, man. She got the motivation to see it through. Satan is fully on her, man, to fuck your life up. Right? So, and that's why hey, this is why you also got to be savvy, man. You got to be circumspect with what women you deal with, man. Got to be savvy, man. Because you picked that wrong one. It's just a mad one. And, she just, Satan just, she a prime vessel for Satan. Boy, you made the wrong decision there, man. You're going to find out very quickly. So we have to be careful what we kind of take onto ourselves, and like who we lay down with, who you're having children with. My advice is, really to kind of like not have children, man, but it happens. But you gotta be super careful who you lay down with, man. Because you'll be in that situation, man, and feel like fucking, the four walls is closing in on you, man. You just put in a deep pit of hell. You like you're in the sunken place, man, trying to get out. Fucked. Yeah, so we have to be circumspect and diligent, man. We can't just be laying down any cheap ass, women out here, man. What verse was that? Right, so verse 16 says, I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman. Right? See, these things are preferable, man, and neither of those is nice. Lion and a dragon. Nah, that's, that's a lot in it. But one's worse than that. The wickedness of a woman changeth her face. She become a different woman, man. And I was watching something this morning, what's kind of inspired the video. When the brother was telling the story of a relative of his. He just made, he made the biggest mistake of his life, essentially, man. Gave up his pad to go and live with this woman, and his woman's just abusing the fact that he ain't got nowhere to go. Just doing the most on him. So, I say we have to be circumspect and diligent about these types of things, man. Okay, don't be giving up your shit for no woman, man, because she telling you, she giving you ultimatums, or oh, you don't love me, and all right, cool, whatever you believe in it. I ain't giving up shit. We have to be men out here, man, and stand firm on things, because any man should know that, which wasn't a smart move or smart decision, man. But they say, like the brother said in the video, man, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, man. He thought he'd be cool, he thought it would work out. He thought she was the one or something, and bro, this ain't a fairy tale. You're not living in a fairy tale. All right, so you have to be mindful of the nature of women, and the scripture tells you and teaches you about the nature of women, man, and how they can be. And so we have to be, we have to have our guard up. We have to, do our due diligence and protect ourselves, man. From such such creatures. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, it says the wickedness of a woman changeth her face and darkeneth her countenance like sackcloth, right? So you think she's cool, but you find out later down the line she ain't all that cool. It says a husband shall sit among his neighbors, and when he heareth it, he shall sigh bitterly. There ain't nothing worse than you got a woman that just disrespects you and is stepping out on you, man, and she just, abusing it and the situation with you, man. That ain't worse, man. That is extremely bitter. And like I said, you got, you're around that all the damn time, man. She acting all fucking all masculine and shit. You know what I mean? It's a headache, man, and a pain, And like I say, it's worse. You got children and shit, man. You kind of just stuck in that situation, man. You're just like, fuck. But don't be afraid. Don't feel like you have to be stuck in that situation. Because if she ain't acting right, man, you're more than welcome to walk out the door. But again, depending on the type of woman that you're with, she might fuck your ass up, and you paying all that child support and shit, man. That's what that's why you just gotta be careful, man. It's better just not to get involved. I'll be real honest with you, man. That's what Paul said. Man. Don't get involved with these women, man, because you're gonna have trouble in the flesh. All right, so yeah, give you a messed up situation sometimes, man. But like I said, your focus is, if you industry, man, you got to be focusing on the Lord doing the work. That is your main concern, your main priority. To hell with what these women are, how they're acting sometimes, man. You just need to concentrate what you're doing. It says verse 19, all wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman, that the portion of a sinner fall upon her. Right? And if these women don't act right, then that's what's going to happen ultimately, This is Matthew chapter 6, verse 33. It says, but seek ye first the kingdom of God. This is what you're supposed to be doing first and foremost, right? Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you, man. So the fact that, you're feeling lonely, you want a woman and all that kind of stuff. But don't worry about it too much, man. If it happens, it happens. If Lord provide you, But, in the end, man, we're going to receive all the things that we desire. All the things that, we're kind of having to sacrifice and, give up in this time, in this world. The Lord is going to give us plenty. in the kingdom. It's just the fact that, it's just a matter of being patient. Okay, and getting there, man. Doing what you need to do to get there. All right, seeking your own salvation with fear and trembling, man. But we're gonna get there, right? And the Lord is gonna I say, compensate us for our time and our losses and all this kind of stuff, man. So don't worry about losing women or finding women or being hated, by your children or your woman or whatever. Don't worry about all of that. Yeah, and I know it's not easy, but like I said, doing what's right and serving the Lord just makes the most amount of sense. And all this adversity that come upon you, man, is all part of the chastening, man. It's all part of your refinement, your refinement. When you have to deal with these pressures and these temptations, right? And there is a reward for suffering those things. All right. She ain't the baddest woman you'd ever meet. You know what I mean? She ain't the one. Like there's gonna be plenty, right? Ain't no such thing like that. But you think you got yourself a bad looking woman? Yeah, she hot. Well, she ain't the finest one, man. They've all got plenty in store for brothers. That don't worry about that. Don't worry about because you pretty or whatever. Fuck all that. Okay, that ain't the most important aspect of a woman anyway, right? It's where a lot of guys go wrong. Just trying to find the baddest looking chick, on the block, but she empty everywhere else, man. Can't do shit. Anyway, this is Matthew chapter 19 and verse 27. So then I answered Peter and said unto him, this is Yahushua, Peter speak unto Yahushua, right? It says, behold, for we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore, right? So if you have to give up things, man, don't worry about it, right? And Yahushua said unto him, verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, the Son of Men shall sit in the throne of his glory, and ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel, right? So it's talking about Peter and the apostles, right? And it says on verse 29, everyone that have forsaken houses, you might lost your house or whatever, man, had to move out, had to, things were getting hot in your area, had to leave the area or whatever the case may be, man, right? So have forsaken houses or brethren or sisters or father or mother, your family, right? Wife or children or lands, for my name's sake shall receive 100-fold. The Lord isn't even just gonna 2 times you, man. The Lord isn't even just gonna 2 times you or 3 times you or 4 times you or even 10 times you, man. He gonna give you 100-fold, right? And shall inherit everlasting life. Right, we're gonna receive much more than we lost, man. And let's be honest, right? Jake, we ain't really got a lot anyway. We ain't got a lot going on for ourselves anyway, right? So, we're not losing too much. You know what I'm saying? It's a small ask, man, for the Lord, man, to require that of you, right? The Lord requires us to give ourselves as a living sacrifice, right? To do this work, to give up all those worldly and earthly things that we, search out for in this moment, to give those things up in order to serve the Lord, man, and do the Lord's bidding. And the Lord's gonna refund us or compensate us 100-fold, bro. That's a no-brainer deal. But I say we ain't got really much shit going on anyway, And I said all those things that we desire, the things that we desire in this world, like the respect and the wealth and all that, because we're gonna get all that in the kingdom anyway, man. Like I said, plus all that interest, man, or plus all of that. Yeah, you ain't gonna have one fine bitch. You're gonna have hundreds. You're good. You're gonna be good. You're gonna have your children. Your children are gonna love you. It's gonna be good. They're gonna grow up to be respectable people. You know what I mean? In society, be productive. Right now it's hit and miss. Like you don't know what the hell your children are gonna turn out to be, man. And you're just hoping for the best, man. But the worst can happen, man. Your child just end up, your son that just turn out to be some fucking deadbeat, man. Some scum on the earth, man, selling drugs and shit. Like, you don't want that. Who really wants that? But they're all things that Jake kind of have to like, you know, think about, you know, or be concerned about, man, because that's reality here in this world, man. Growing up to be flamers and shit, man. You're scared to death. Raising children in this place, man. That's why this place is hell, man. You got fucking, uh, uh, uh you know, alphabet hour in schools and shit, man. They're having drag time with the, you know what I mean? It's just some madness going on, and you know, you'd save yourself a lot of hassle, man. Just not having to, you know, be in a position to deal with that, you know. But like I said, some bros have got families and children that me myself included, you know, and you know, you just hope that the Lord gets us out of here quick. You know what I mean? You know, in case this world corrupts, you know, our children and our wives even more. You know, because the longer we're in this place, the worse it gets. The more the corruption, you know, comes, you know, and affects people. So yeah, we just need to get the hell out of here, man. You know, yeah. So yeah, you will receive 100-fold, man. All you just got to do is you know, seek the kingdom first, serve the Lord. Okay, put those first, right? And everything else will take care of itself, man. If your woman ain't meant to be with you, man, you know, that's how it's gonna play out anyway, right? If she's meant to be with you, that's how it's gonna play out. So, you know, let's not worry about those you know, those scenarios, you know. And this is, you know, in the book of Job, right? Because Job is this example, right? That's written down here for us, right? This is the end of Job, chapter 42, right? Verse 10. And the Lord turned the captivity of Job, because the Lord had Satan bring hell upon him, right? Lost his wife, his wife. I have to double check that one, but he definitely lost his children, right? And you know, he had plagues upon him, you know, all that kind of stuff. Like you read the whole, you know, whole book, right? So, so the Lord turned the captivity of Job when he prayed for his friends. Also, the Lord gave Job twice as much as he had before, right? So the Lord doubled him up, right? Then came there unto him all his brethren and all his sisters and all they that had been of his acquaintance before, and did eat bread with him. As you know, he lost his friends. His friends were turning against him, right? And did eat bread before him in his house, and they bemoaned him and comforted him over all the evil that the Lord had brought upon him. Every man also gave him a piece of money, and every one an earring of gold. So the Lord blessed the latter end of Job, right, more than his beginning. For he had 14,000 sheep, 6,000 camels, and 1,000 yoke of oxen, and 1,000 she asses. He also had 7 sons and 3 daughters. He called the name of the first Jemima, and the name of the second Keziah, and the name of the third Karan Hapuch. And in all the land were no women found so fair as the daughters of Job, and their father gave them inheritance among their brethren. And after this lived Job 140 years. So after this time, Job lived another 140 years, right? And saw his sons and his sons' sons, even 4 generations. So Job died being old and full of days. Right? He got blessed, right? After showing the Lord his integrity. And that's what we got to do, man. You know, regardless of what our losses are, okay, we got to show the Lord our integrity, right? And our faith, right? So I said the Lord rewarded Job for that. And I said, Yahweh Shai, see you'll reward those 100-fold, man. For sure, the latter end of us is going to be greater than at the first. 1,000%, right? So that's what we should be focusing on, man. Not women and you know, other things, you know, being concerned about you know, catering to everything that you know, the woman wants of you, because she ain't happy, you know, and she giving you hell because she ain't happy. Well, if you ain't happy, man, you know, you have to deal with that. She gonna have to deal with that, you know. She adult, she make her own decisions, choices, or whatever, right? Same as you, okay. So yeah, we're gonna close out with this. Isaiah 4:1 says, "In that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man." Right. So in these latter days, in these latter time, okay, you're gonna have a bunch of women. 7 is just a number of completion. So you know that number can vary. All right. So in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, "We will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel." Because it's gonna come, women are gonna realize eventually when all hell starts, breaking loose, man, that they ain't the independent, strong ass women that they're trying to make themselves out to be. That they need men, and they're gonna have to humble themselves and repent and repent of their stupidness or the stupidity and their folly, right? Because they're gonna want to look to be saved. Right, and the only place where there's salvation is amongst the men of the Lord, amongst His elect, and these women are going to be joined unto the Lord's elect. So you're going to have a whole bunch of women be around you at that time. So we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name. Let us take on your name, become a part of your family, a part of your house. Right, which means you're going to bear our seed, produce our children. Right, become our wives. That's what it means, right? To take away our reproach, because they're gonna realize that they've been nothing but stupid this whole time. All this feminism bullshit just ain't working out anymore, because there's not a system to support it. There's not an Edomite system, which is of men, by the way, to support your bullshit. All right, and things are gonna go back to the way that they're supposed to be, and we're not gonna have to accept that or not, right? But those that don't, guess what? You ain't making it. And that's what I need to get from that, right? So, don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about these women, man. Just don't get bent out of shape, man, because she acting up. But I'll go back to the beginning one, verse Proverbs 31:3. Give not thy strength unto women. All right, don't give them your strength, man. Don't give them your energy. Okay, for them to drain it, right? Don't be doing that, because that's not gonna be productive for you, man. I'll guarantee you, right? Give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways that destroy kings. Right, and that applies to men too. That destroy men. Okay, it can destroy any one of us, man. If we give our soul to the woman, man, because she she can be heartless, man. She can be heartless at times. All right, so just concentrate on what you're supposed to be doing, just serving the Lord, man. All right, so I'm gonna end it there, Lord. This is edifying, and I'll catch you, brothers and sisters, on the next video, man. So till next time, I say shalom.